Maths Chapter 8 Quadrilateral Exercise 8.2 Question number 1. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. AC is a diagonal. Show that SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. In triangle ADC, S is the midpoint of AD and R is the midpoint of DC. So, by midpoint theorem, line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. So, SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. Second, we need to show that PQ is equals to SR. Now, we have proved that SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. Now, in triangle ABC, P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of BC. Now by midpoint theorem, PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equals to half of AC. Now this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Comparing these two equations, we get SR is equals to half of AC and half of AC is equals to PQ also. So SR is equals to PQ. Third part, PQRS is a parallelogram. Now in PQRS, SR is equals to PQ and from first equation we know SR is parallel to AC and from second equation we know AC is parallel to PQ. So SR is parallel to PQ. Now SR is equals to PQ and SR parallel to PQ. If in a quadrilateral opposite side is equal and parallel, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So PQRS is a parallelogram. Question number 2. ABCD is a rhombus and PQRS are midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Prove that quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. Given that PQRS are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA. P is the midpoint of AB, Q is the midpoint of BC, R is the midpoint of DC and S is the midpoint of AD. Of rhombus ABCD, we need to prove that PQRS is a rectangle. Join A and C. Now in triangle ABC, P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of BC. So PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half of AC by midpoint theorem. and in triangle ADC, S is the midpoint of AD and R is the midpoint of DC. So SR is parallel to AC and SR is equals to half of AC. From equation 1 and equation 2, we can conclude that PQ is equals to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. So PQRS is a parallelogram. Now ABCD is a rhombus. This is given to us. So AB is equals to BC and half of AB is also equals to half of BC. So PB is equals to BQ. PB is equals to BQ. Now if PB is equals to BQ, then angle 1 is equals to angle 2. Angle opposite to equal sides are also equal. Now in triangle CQR and triangle APS, we have AP is equals to CQ, as P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC, and AB is equals to BC. Similarly, AS is equals to CR and PS is equals to QR, opposite side of a parallelogram. So by side congruence rule, triangle APS is congruent to triangle CQR. And by CPCT, angle 3 is equals to angle 4. Now we have angle 1 plus SPQ plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree by linear pair, and angle 2 plus angle PQR plus angle 4 is equals to 180 degree, same by linear pair. Comparing these two equations, we get angle 1 plus angle SPQ plus angle 3 is equals to angle 2 plus angle PQR plus angle 4. Since angle 1 is equals to angle 2, we have proved above, and angle 3 is equals to angle 4, we have proved above. Angle SPQ is equals to angle PQR. Angle SPQ, this angle is equals to angle PQR. Now angle SPQ plus angle PQR is equals to 180 degree, because SPQR is a parallelogram and adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Now angle SPQ is equals to angle PQR, we have proved above. So in place of angle PQR, write SPQ is equals to 180 degree. So double of SPQ is equals to 180. So SPQ is equals to 180 by 2 is equals to 90 degree. So angle SPQ is equals to angle PQR. So angle PQR is also 90 degree. Now angle SRQ is equals to angle SPQ is equals to 90 degree, because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So again angle PSR is equals to angle PQR is equals to 90 degree, because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Thus all the angles of a parallelogram are 90 degree. So PQRS is a rectangle. Question number 4. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC, BD is the diagonal and E is the midpoint of AD. A line is drawn through E parallel to AB intersecting BC at F. Show that F is the midpoint of BC. Now, in triangle DAB, E is the midpoint of AD, and take this point G. EG is parallel to AB, as EF is parallel to AB, and G is the part of EF. So G is the midpoint of BD by converse of midpoint theorem. Now in triangle BCD, G is the midpoint of BD and GF is parallel to DC. So F is the midpoint of BC by converse of midpoint theorem, which states that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle is parallel to another side intersect the third side at the midpoint. Question number 7. ABC is a triangle, right angle at C. A line drawn through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC intersect AC at D. Show that D is the midpoint of AC. Now, MD is parallel to BC and M is the midpoint of AB. So by converse of midpoint theorem, D is the midpoint of AC. Now second part, MD is perpendicular to AC. Angle ACB is equals to 90 degree given, and line L is parallel to BC, this is given, and AC behaves as transversal. So angle 1 is equals to angle ACB by corresponding angles. If two lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are equal. So angle 1 is equals to 90 degree, as the value of angle ACB is equals to 90 degree. So MD is perpendicular to AC. Now third part, we need to show that CM is equals to MA is equals to half of AB. Now in triangle AMD and triangle MCD, AD is equals to DC, as G is the midpoint of AC. Angle 1 is equals to angle 2 90 degree, we have proved above, and MD is equals to MD common. So by side angle side, triangle AMD is congruent to triangle CMD, and by CPCT AM is equals to CM. Now as M is the midpoint of AB, so MA is equals to half of AB and MA is equals to CM. We have proved this. So by combining these two equations, we can conclude that CM is equals to MA is equals to half of AB. Hence proved.